Hello everyone, I hope you're going well. Today I will explain you why you should be playing the London system consistently, and if it's not the London system, you should be playing opening setups. So basically, chess is a simple game, but chess competition, tournaments, etc., is actually not that simple. You have to travel, you have to play, you still have to be in a great shape mentally, physically. Mentally, it's already hard because you're paying a lot of money. So what you have to do is trying to keep your positional and your strategical senses as solid as possible. And how do you do that? By training, for example, by doing puzzles or analyzing chess games online on YouTube or on my YouTube channel, for example. But basically, it doesn't matter how many things you're working on during the training, you still have to be able to use that during your chess games. And that is why there is such a gap and such a difference between masters and amateur players. Masters can basically they can basically stay at the top, doesn't matter what happens. For example, when everything is going bad, we amateurs, okay, I'm not an amateur anymore, but still, there is a huge gap between when we are at the top and not at the top anymore. So there is like a huge difference. And masters, even when they're not in a good shape, they still manage to balance like that and not like that, like we're doing that. And that is why when you play opening setups like the London system, for example, you still have to work on some openings, but the point is that you are always reaching middle games without never really to suffer from anything special. There are eventually some lines because nowadays we have to know everything, but basically it will be easier to do that with the London system rather than with, for example, e4, because when you play e4 you have to learn everything after e5, against d6, against knight f6, against g6, you know c6, d6, e6, d5, c5. I forgot to mention c5. Yeah, even e5, knight f3. There are so many things to learn, like d6, d5 nowadays, f5 nowadays, knight f6, knight c6, etc., etc. So basically, that's incredible the amount of things you have to learn nowadays. Let's say your opponent goes knight c6. Let's say you choose bishop b5, which is not a good choice because if you don't want to learn theory, then it's certainly not a good opening. There are billions of things to know: d6, a6, knight f6, etc., etc. So when you have to learn and work on openings, you're just wasting time that you could just invest into middle game. And that is why you should be looking for good chess books which are basically explaining you how to play certain openings easily. For example, I put some links in the description, but basically play an opening system. What about me? I'm just offering you some good and pretty simple books to work on if you want to learn some certain openings. You can just go in the description, but you're not forced to do that. By the way, apropos books, I have to do that, sorry guys. I will actually be releasing a new chess opening setup, and actually new chess book based on this opening setup. The prices will be very low. It will be $10 for the book, approximately 100 pages, something like that. And basically there will be a very easy opening setup to learn and to play all the time to get very easy middle games with small advantages. Thank you very much for everything. See you in the future. Take care.